Alright, since ChatGPT can use the transcript and make diagnoses upon what I talk about, I just want to talk about this stomach problem that I have. Okay, so I cut out honey, like I mentioned in a previous video, and I did receive some relief, but like right after, I got stomach sickness again. And it would happen in the evening time, which is often the evening time is when I get the tightness in my esophagus, which then I have to suck up on my, like I'm trying to breathe underwater but I'm not able to. I suck up and or just limit when I inhale breath, and you could see that my throat collapses, or my throat tightens up when I suck up, and also my gut tightens up too. It sucks in when I suck in, and I get relief from the I don't know, you call it like a stinging or a pain that happens in the esophagus, where the esophagus meets the stomach. I'll get that kind of pain in the evening time, long after a meal, maybe 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and I usually try to stop by 5 p.m. So I've had over 2.5 hours where after I've done eating, where then suddenly I'll start getting the hiatal hernia flare up, but I can relieve that by sucking up. And I'll suck up and it like tightens up the esophagus and then gives me relief from that problem. And it kind of goes away. It goes away much faster, and I don't have to turn to black pepper. I don't have to turn to ginger. I don't have to turn to mustard seeds for the relief. It's like the physical act of sucking up is taking away that terrible hiatal hernia, tight discomfort, kind of pain. It's just kind of that constriction pain that's happening in my esophagus that's very uncomfortable. So I'm able to deal with that. What kind of seems to bring it out is sitting like this. Okay, standing doesn't seem to bring it out so much. Sitting like this will bring it out, but I'm fine right now. It hits sometimes, and I don't. It's like it's a part of my natural daily cycle or something, where it's been happening a lot in the evening time, and I have some physical control over it, but it still happens. And I really, and it's I mean, it hasn't happened all my life now. It's something that's a physical, or I have to squeeze a muscle. And that happened, or a sickness happened actually 2 nights ago after I talked about cutting out honey. I cut out honey, but still I still get sick sometimes. And it's just an illness. I had to poop, and I pooped that evening. Because I cut out honey, I'm eating more bulk foods, and those bulk foods are taking up more space, and so are causing more evacuations. So that was something that I have to attend to. So just cutting out the honey alone is still not enough to stop my stomach sickness. And what I've been suspecting is boiling foods too much, eating too many boiled foods. I believe with Chinese medicine, the acupuncture, I believe through that I have read that they talked about how you can create a swamp in your stomach, and that can cause problems. I have to look at the information on that again, but you can cause a swampiness in your stomach, a dampness. Your stomach can get too damp. It can also get too dry. But I think that I've been causing too much dampness in my stomach. So today, because yesterday, I well, I can't remember if I got sick or not. I didn't write it down. Today, though, I got sick, and I felt a sickness in my stomach, and that's partly why I'm making this vlog, is because I don't like that feeling. It feels like it's kind of gone away, but it'll probably come back. Who knows? But this morning, all right, it's 12:30, almost 1 p.m. This morning at about 9 p.m., 10 p.m., well, I bought a griddle this morning, just a tiny griddle, so that I could toast bread. So I had like half of a loaf of Ezekiel bread. That's the brand name, is called Ezekiel. And I toasted all the slices and also cooked the eggs on this griddle. So I had a nice dry cook. I didn't use any oil. It's a non-stick surface, and the eggs came off. I did not boil the eggs this morning. I did not eat the bread from its bare from the loaf. I made sure to toast it. I made sure to griddle the eggs, and then also had some peppers, which I griddled as well. They were in my car for a few days, and they got a little they got a little fermented, but they still smelled fine, and I cooked them. I griddled them. But one thing I noticed after griddling is that I'm not burping as much. I barely burp. And for the past few days, few weeks, I've been burping a lot after having yogurt. And yogurt and honey would cause me to burp a lot and then get sick. Or just yogurt and whatever. Even if I soak oats in yogurt, that would cause a lot of burping. All right, practically anything I've been eating, especially I've been boiling a lot, like boiled chicken and rice, boiled beef. It don't matter. I got boiled vegetables. It seems like maybe I'm creating a swamp in my stomach, and that's causing burping, like, you know what a swamp would do. It's ejecting a lot of air. It's burping out a lot of air from the swamp. So this morning I toasted that bread and cooked those eggs on the griddle, so it was a nice dry state. And I did wash. I mean, I didn't just eat it dry. I drank in between. I drank actually a whole gallon or a half gallon of milk. And still, I did not burp as much as I have in the past. So I think from here on out, at least the eggs need to be cooked on the griddle and the bread needs to be toasted. And I think that might help me with my burping. But I'm making this vlog because I feel sick. I've sitting in the library and I started feeling sick. So I'm still trying to understand what's going on, because I had something to dry out my stomach, yet still the sickness comes, and I'm not fully understanding it. It could be like a candida overgrowth. Maybe I need to be doing other things besides trying to dry out the stomach with the toasting and the dry cooking of the eggs. But it's frustrating, and I'm just making note of that. And I can take this transcript and put it in ChatGPT and then get a diagnosis. And I'm gonna put that diagnosis. I did that for the last video to test it. I'll put that diagnosis in the description. So this is the progress I'm up to. I still get sick almost on a daily level, and I don't really have control of that yet. Maybe I can get control of it. There's a potential, but I am getting control over my burping, and I'm getting control over that tight discomfort in my esophagus when I suck up. I can tighten that up and get relief from that. but I'm not getting relief from my sickness, my stomach sickness yet. So I'm still working on that, and I'm trying to understand it.